I feel like I used to hear about food banks all the time, but now it feels like Britain's forgotten institution. In the last 15 years, emergency food parcels given out went from 60,000 to nearly 3 million a year. And I'm not sure our politicians really understand the situation.
There's not this massive views for food banks in this country. We've got generation after generation who cannot cook properly, they can't cook a meal from scratch, they cannot budget. The challenge is there. Come.
So I decided to sort of take him up on this challenge and go spend the day at a food bank in one of the most deprived areas in London, Tower Hamlets. I was curious to find out what it really takes to feed a community and tell the untold story of those showing up to do it every day. How's your day?
Good, how are you?
No, not bad, not bad.
So what brings you to the food bank today?
We're here just to make basically a little video around your experience at the food bank, what you guys do, and just to really understand what it takes to run a food bank in one of the most deprived areas in London. As I stepped into the volunteer room surrounded by a lot of food-based paraphernalia, Ashok began to tell me how he moved here from India 2.5 years ago and has volunteered at the food bank ever since. Did you do anything like this back in India? Or?
No.
Is it? So what made you just decide to come here and the first thing you do is just
initially one of my relatives, she referred me about the food bank thing. So I wanted to register as a guest. But more than registering as a guest, I feel like coming and doing some social activities will be much more better.
Oh, so you actually came because you wanted to use the food bank for yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but more than using it, I ended up as a volunteer and started helping the food bank.
Not many people would just come and volunteer and give their free time to this. So what makes you think is an important thing to do?
Initially, I don't want to sit, the way how I started is I don't want to waste my time sitting at home because it took 6 months for me to get a job here in UK. So I don't want to waste my time literally spending at home. I want to spend it for some reasonable cause or something.
No, what? Yeah, you sold me. Come, get me involved. Where do I start? How do I
initially first we start wearing registering your name and the timing in the register.
I'll register my name. With a signature, a high-vis vest and a name tag, I also stepped into the world of a volunteer. I guess it never occurred to me that it was really common for recipients of food banks to also become volunteers themselves. And I suppose that's why Ashok did his job with pride, because he knew what it was like to be in need of affordable food. So, after he sat me down and made sure I thoroughly watched this health and safety induction, I caught up with Bob, another long-time volunteer at the food bank.
The kind of unspoken truth about volunteering at a food bank or working at a food bank or running a food bank is that deep down you would rather it didn't exist. And everyone who you see coming in, you would rather wasn't using the service because they could survive by other means.
Is it a hard experience? Because there's an element of, all right, is it hard working here, but also is it hard on an emotional level? Because you get a lot of people.
I think it can be, but maybe less than you might expect. You find people open up quite naturally and
I guess you build a relationship with people as well,
You do, and you do carry things with you a little bit. I've only really done that on a few occasions, but it's not...
Colour that in a bit though. So what kind of story have you heard from people there?
I mean, we've got all sorts of people who come. I was recently spending a lot of time helping one of our guests out who's appealing an asylum claim, just helping him access the government website and... you just sort of get to know these people and realise that they're in quite difficult situations and it's quite hard not to feel, not responsible, but like you should be doing more to help them.
Yeah. As I began to get involved and get my bearings, I couldn't help but feel surprised. I didn't really anticipate that it was normal for the volunteers to help people navigate a lot more issues than just food scarcity. And I guess something about that felt both shameful and unfair. And as that thought played on my mind, I was introduced to Kiara, a university student who was also volunteering for the first time. Kiara, first day?
Yes.
So it's my first day as well. So we're both in the deep end as well. Yes. But it seems like you actually know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
I mean, I've got lots of very friendly people helping me.
Yeah. But how come you decided just to come volunteer?
I think it's really important to support our community.
So you're from here?
Yeah, so I study at Queen Mary's.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
I know some people who have had to rely on food banks in the past.
I see.
And so I just felt that it was really important to continue.
As in people like family, friends?
Some friends.
What, so you're saying young people
so
using food banks?
Young people definitely, especially with the cost of living crisis currently. University is very expensive, especially in London, trying to travel around.
I mean, don't even remind me how much my student loan is. Gosh, I'm in debt to the powers that be.
So I think it's just a lot of people don't realise that young people don't have much money.
Yeah, because I guess and you can feel free to disagree, but when you just hear about food banks, you don't really expect it, like young people our age coming to.
Yeah, no, I really agree.
Yeah.
I think
But your experience seeing that obviously made you think, I need to actually do something about it.
Absolutely, I think it's really important. I think there's a level of shame and embarrassment for some people about the idea of going to a food bank, but there shouldn't be. It's a community support place. It's there to help people who need it. There shouldn't be any shame or embarrassment about that.
The conversation with Chiara helped me appreciate that there was no such thing as a typical food bank user. In fact, it seems like we've got to a stage where people across all demographics have become increasingly vulnerable. And whilst I tried to do my best to continue and help... Bro, these things are stuck together. Oh my gosh.
You want to use your feet to hold the bottom bit and then pull out with your hands.
Like this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Use the two sides of your feet to push them. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Exactly.
I couldn't stop admiring the humble volunteers who step up in this vital role all the time.
I've been in London for too long already. I came here when I was younger, way younger. And then I had my kids, so I stopped working for a while now. Haven't been at paid work for like 10 years. But
Oh,
then,
wow, okay.
Yeah, then I found the food bank.
Do you live in Bow as well?
I live in Bethnal Green, and I started volunteering here, and I liked it, so I kept coming.
But when you say you found the food bank, is that because you had to use it yourself?
No, I found it because I was across the road from me.
That's funny.
It was very convenient, so.
But then, the thing I'm really interested in here is trying to understand what motivates people to actually just help out at a food bank. What was your motivation?
For me, because I haven't been at work for such a long time, I thought I need to do something and start getting out of the house and be involved with the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was convenient enough for me that this was very close. But I started liking it when I came here. I thought it's really nice to be helping people in this way.
Yeah.
So that's why I kept coming.
Fine.
It feels good. You know, you meet a lot of people, and some people are really struggling.
Yeah.
And it feels good that, you are giving a helping hand. I just remember a lady just recently, she burst out in tears just as she walked through the door of the food bank. And it was really hard to see that she was in a...
How comes though? Just because she was is it because you helped her that she burst into tears? Or?
I think she was overwhelmed, and when she probably felt that she's coming to a place that she's gonna get some help, and she just burst out crying.
It's very inspiring to meet people like yourselves.
Thank you.
That's good.
It feels good. It feels good to come to help, and also to be part of a team. It's a nice team of volunteers that we have.
So how many years now have you been doing it?
A couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago I started coming. But yeah.
Well, that's good. That tells me it's time to pray as well.
Just remind us to pray. Exactly. Anyway, I'm gonna put it off, because I don't want to be disturbing.
The big takeaway from my experience today was that it really isn't easy. Whether it's the complexity of tracking food or bearing an emotional burden, it seemed like really the authentic love and duty for the community kept everything together. And to explore those challenges, I went to speak to Caroline, the person who runs the food bank day to day. Yes, Caroline. Done my morning shift.
Oh, how'd it go?
Arms aching. No, but it was good. It was good. It was a cool experience. But I wanted to pick your brains on some of the things I was just reflecting on.
Yes.
Do you have some time in your busy sort of...
Welcome to my...
Your humble abode.
Yes, yes.
What
we're always trying to fight is negative stereotypes around what the food bank is like and also who an average guest is. We call them guests.
Yeah.
You know, our average guest, it only comes between 1 to 6 months. They're not coming every single week for years on end, taking advantage of the system.
Yeah.
They're coming to us because they are dealing with a crisis at home where they cannot get food. And there's usually a lot of reasons of what's going on behind the scenes to make that happen. In London, the cost of living is so high, the cost of rent is so high, that even people who work on a contract basis or are their own employers, or people who've been recently made redundant, or even have a job but it just doesn't cover the bills, they're coming to the food bank as well. And you know, so our guests are all races, across all demographics, and they all have the same problem. I mean, living in London is frickin' expensive.
You could tell me that again.
Yeah, and across the UK, food bank visits are down across the UK except for in London.
So I reckon for people who've never come across food banks before, especially the Bow Food Bank, just give them one piece of information that they need to know about Bow Food Bank.
Yeah. I'd say, not to sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, we are neighbors helping neighbors, and we're here to help people in our community that are struggling. So if you want to help us help the people of Tower Hamlets, you can go to our website, bowfoodbank.org. You can either sign up to volunteer, you can donate financially, or you could also donate food, which also helps us offset our costs. So we're happy for your support.
Cool. So how do I help? How do I just get my hands dirty?
Okay.
Start doing some
so
stuff.
you've done your safety induction. So
I'm a safe person now.
So there's a
I'm very
vault
safe.
induction video as well. So you need to watch that
Oh.
before you start it.
Great.
I know there's like a lot of things.
No, I get it. But this is the full experience. You can't just fast track it.
Welcome to the food bank. We're really glad to have you here. We're here to support people in crisis